Hello and welcome back to the channel Hell Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe, and also click that notification bell if you're enjoying what you're seeing and if you want to see more. Coming up in this episode, we have 6 stories from the Rugby League world. Tell me in the comments what your thoughts are. And to start the episode, we have the Vodafone Warriors. New Zealand Warriors CEO Cameron George has confirmed the signing of Brisbane Broncos utility back Team Maria Martin on a 3-year contract starting from the beginning of 2023. The 26-year-old Martin has made a remarkable return to the NRL this year after a bleed on the brain forced him out of the game in 2019. Cleared to make his comeback this season, he has played his first NRL match in 3 years when he lined up for the Brisbane Broncos against Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs on April the 22nd, and subsequently earned selection for the Kiwi squad for their mid-year test against the Mate Tonga at Mount Smart Stadium in June. Te Maria's comeback to the game has been outstanding, and we're delighted we've been able to bring him home to New Zealand to join the Vodafone Warriors, said George. He's another quality player who will further boost our roster in 2023. With his ability to play at fullback and in the halves, he's going to be a real asset for us. Martin becomes the 8th player to have signed for next season, joining earlier acquisitions of Mitchell Barnett from Newcastle, Freddie Lussick from Sydney Roosters, who's been playing for the club recently, Luke Metcalf from Cronulla Sharks, Sharsney Nickel-Clodstad from Canberra, Murata Nikore from Parramatta, Ronald Volkman, who joined from the Roosters also recently, and Dylan Walker, who playing currently for Manly Warringah Seagulls. After this weekend's summer bash, there was plenty of questions left on rugby league fans' lips as Premier Sports host Ross Fides had intimated that the £1 million game, which is the championship game to get into the Super League, one-off game, the winners take it all and get promoted to Super League, was going to be held at a neutral venue for the first time since the idea was in creation. Traditionally, the top of the table team have been given the advantage of home advantage when it comes to this game, as a reward for what they did throughout the season. And the neutral venue was said to be Headingley, according to Mr. Fides. But in a statement, the RFL have come out and said, after a conversation with Serious about rugbyleague.com, they confirmed that the £1 million game will be held at the home of the highest ranked side and not at a neutral venue of Headingley. This is widely expected to be Leigh Sports Village, the home of St. Leigh Centurions, who have been taken the second tee off by storm after a shaky start. The winners of the 1895 Cup and first in the top flight, promotion looks within the club's grasp, and a lot of what has been done has been down to the signing of that owner, Derek Beaumont, has bankrolled. At the beginning of the season, Leigh had just 5 players on their books, but by the time they played Featherstone in February, they had 22, but they went down 28 points to 6 at the Rovers. Since then, however, the Centurions have turned things around and become a Super League side team in waiting, with the likes of Blake Ferguson, Caleb Aiken, John Asiata, and the recent signing of Lachlan Lamb, all signing on a dotted line for Adrian Lamb, their head coach. Brisbane Broncos prop Patrick Carrigan has been suspended for 4 matches for his part in the tackle that broke the ankle of West Tigers lock and halfback Jackson Hastings. The decision came after 90 minutes of hearings by the NRL judiciary on Monday night. It means the Broncos will be without Carrigan until the last week of the regular competition, but it means Carrigan will be free to play, assuming the Broncos make the finals. Brisbane are currently 5th on the NRL ladder, and Carrigan had pleaded guilty to the dangerous contact charge for an incident in the 73rd minute of Brisbane's shock 32 points to 18 loss to the Tigers last Saturday night. Hastings was bent back over Carrigan with his ankle twisting underneath, which sees the West Tigers man out for the remainder of the season. The Tigers lock was in immediate distress and pain and hobbled off the field with help of the trainers. The scans later confirmed that Hastings had indeed suffered a broken ankle and would require surgery. He took to Twitter saying, "I love footy more than anything, and obviously it will be challenging," he wrote, speaking about his injury. But then Hastings said, "My main focus right now is to get on the knife ASAP and get back to helping my teammates in any way possible to finish off the year to the best of our abilities." The 24-year-old Carrigan, however, has been a pivotal member of the Broncos' resurgence this season after he missed much of the previous season with a ruptured anterior cruciate ligament. He has played 13 games this year, averaging 143 running meters and 32 tackles a game. Last month, Carrigan made State of Origin history as the first debutant to win the Wally Lewis Medal as the player of the series for the Maroons. The Broncos are in 5th place on the ladder, but are only outside the top 4 on point differential. They played crucial top 8 clash against the Roosters at the Sydney City Ground on Thursday, as there are only 5 rounds of the regular season to go. Hull KR's problems in their squad have been extended, as first of all Sam Royal, their forward on loan from St Helens, has been recalled by his parent club. Royal, who's 22 years old, joined Danny Maguire's squad initially on a 2-week loan earlier in July. That was extended until the end of the season, but he has been recalled due to Christian Wolf's side having extended injury concerns at the Total Wicket Stadium. The back rower made his debut in the 15-10 win over Wakefield and was involved in the victory against Warrington at the Halliwell Jones Stadium. Royal was also named in the starting 13 in the defeat against Wigan at the DW Stadium, which saw Hull pick up further injuries, one of which is Lachlan Coote, as he is sidelined for Thursday's game against Toulouse due to failing a head injury assessment against Wigan, which was further compounded by the Will Daggers season being over with a ruptured Achilles. This could be made up by the fact that players such as Sean Kenny-Dowell could be available for the Thursday Super League clash with Frankie Horton and Albert Vete, as long as Jimmy Kyndos and Corbin Sims also returning for the fixture at Craven Park. On the downside though, Connor Moore and Charlie Cavanagh picked up injuries on their debut against Wigan, so will be out for this game. Batley Bulldogs, after an impressive season so far, were looking to bolster their squad by signing prop Keegan Hurst for the rest of 2022 and the possibility of going into 2023. But a little known rule by the RFL has scuppered any chance of doing so for the rest of the season. Under head coach Craig Lingard, the Bulldogs sit pretty in 4th position and are looking to cover off any potential injuries or suspensions with the signing of Hurst, as they look to continue that great vein of form. We thought if you had played for anyone in the past season, you could still register, but for some reason it's 3 years, Batley head coach Craig Lingard said about the ruling. I don't understand the reasoning. I could register myself and play, I could register Joe Bloggs off the streets and play, but I can't register a player who hasn't played in 2.5 years. We could have registered him before the deadline if we knew that was the rule, but we weren't planning on registering him because he expressed an interest at coming back next season. We weren't anticipating he would be ready to play this year. We are going to abide by the rule. There is nothing we can do about it. The chairman is in dialogue with the RFL, but it doesn't look like it will change. We hope he will carry on training with us this season and be ready for next season. Hurst had originally agreed to re-sign with Batley in 2022, but he opted to retire in October of that year. He said the decision to continue his playing career was to help with visibility and inclusion in rugby league. Hurst is the first openly gay professional rugby league player to come out, and he did so back in 2015, and has decided to come out of retirement after the backlash and also due to 7 NRL players boycotted over a team's prize jersey. The Sea Eagles have become the first team in the competition to don a kit which promotes LGBT plus inclusivity in the sport, but the players were not consulted and some objected to move on religious grounds and cultural differences to not wear the shirt. In a statement released by Sky Sports, Hurst said, "COVID added to my own personal circumstances which made me lose touch with some things that I hold dearest to me, my friends and rugby league. After the recent thinly veiled homophobia over a rainbow shirt, I thought, how could I help with visibility and inclusion? By lacing up my boots, putting on a plain shirt and getting back out there. That's how I can help with visibility and inclusion. Still have plenty of games in me, and I'm looking forward to helping Batley continue their incredible season." So we're coming to the business end of the season with 5 games left to play in the Super League, 6 games left to play in the Super League, as each team have their rundowns. And here I've brought you all the games that each club have. All the clubs are in alphabetical order, it's all nicely done, so you can press and have a look for yourselves. But I'm going to focus on 2 important parts, and that's Toulouse versus Wakefield, first of all, in the race for the wooden spoon and staying away from relegation. Trinity have it due to their 2-point lead, but they're only 2 points behind Warrington Wolves. Can we say that they're going to be dragged into it? All 3 are on that purple section at the bottom, so you'll be able to see who are the 3 teams playing that come to the end of the season. Looking at the results, the games to go, Toulouse have got the toughest one on paper due to only having 1 home game for the rest of the season, and that is against Catalans Dragons. Wakefield have still got 3 home games to play, but those come up against Catalans Dragons, who will be itching to set their record straight against that record against Leeds last time out. Wigan Warriors, who have had the better of them through 3 different games this season, and Hull KR, who still have an outside bet and probably still will have, come to the going into the playoffs. We have to talk about Warrington at this point, as they've got to go to Wigan, they've got to face Toulouse, but at home. Leeds Rhinos, who are coming into some good form. We don't know about Castleford or how they want to be, but they end the season with 2 teams going for the playoffs, Huddersfield Giants and Salford Red Devils. Toulouse, though, have St Helens last game of the season. Hull FC are finding some form. Wigan Warriors are still within 4 points to St Helens with a chance of getting top of the table. Outside chance, but still a chance. It all depends on how they play against Hull KR on Thursday, and if they manage to beat them at Craven Park, 2 stories will be running. 1, the final chapter of Hull's FC's season for the playoffs, in my opinion, and to lose, game on, with the 2 teams above them. The other side of the bracket, we have Saints and Wigan, with Huddersfield Giants 3 points behind. So it's a 7-point spread between the 3 teams. Can you count Catalans in that for a top place finish? Maybe a little too far back. 8 points to make up for a team against Saints, and they've got to play each other, I think. No, they don't. It is going to be fun, especially when Wigan play Saints at the end of this season. Well, midway through this game run, and it is played at the DW Stadium. Tell me what your thoughts are on what games and where people are going to finish. It's going to be interesting. And that's it for another episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe and share this video worldwide, as well as clicking that notification bell for any updates on new videos that may be coming your way. Tell me in the comment section what you thought on these 6 stories. Which ones perked your interest? Which ones made more sense? And which ones it's something that you'd like to build on? I'd like to build on this channel, and your feedback is the way that I can do that. Please help me out in the comments below. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to share this video worldwide. And in the meantime, I wish you all the best. So please stay safe. And I'll see you in the next video, hopefully not hiccuping. Bye for now.